Hi, this is Reddit Confessions channel. She was halfway through tying her shoelaces when I said it. My voice steady but firm, go ahead. But once you step out that door, our marriage is over. Don't ever come back. She froze. Her knee was still on the bench. Her fingers clutched around the laces like they were made of wire. Her head stayed down, but her eyes flicked up to me, shocked, offended, calculating. There was silence, and then a soft, arrogant laugh escaped her lips. The kind of laugh people give when they think they're smarter than you. Don't be so dramatic, she muttered, standing up and brushing non-existent dust from her jeans. It's just a trip. The word trip again. It's always a trip. A weekend getaway, a quick recharge. Last time, it was Tampa. Before that, Vegas. The time before that, a friend's lake house, no Wi-Fi, no photos, no cell service. This time, it was Charlotte. She grabbed her bag, but it wasn't the usual one. This was sleek, black, the type she only used when she wanted to look expensive. She picked up a gift bag, gold foil, black ribbon tied neatly. It wasn't for me. I didn't ask questions anymore. I had stopped asking 3 trips ago. Instead, I leaned against the doorframe, watching her adjust the necklace I never gave her. I wondered how many lies could live in one single moment before they broke beneath their own weight. Are you really doing this? She asked, now giving me her full attention. After all this time? I shook my head, speaking quietly, no. You already did. She scoffed, shaking her head, as if I were the unreasonable one, and then she walked out. I didn't follow. I didn't slam the door. I didn't text. I didn't ask who he was. I just stood there, watching through the blinds as her rideshare pulled up. The driver got out, smiled at her like they'd met before. She tossed her bag inside, but the gift bag stayed in her hand. Just before getting into the car, she paused, turned, and looked directly at me through the window. I didn't flinch. I didn't wave. I didn't make a scene. She got in, the door closed, and the car pulled away. That was yesterday. This morning, I found the thing that changed everything. Something she left behind by mistake. It was under the cushion, small and flat. At first, I thought it was a cheap hotel key card, but when I flipped it over, I realized what I was holding wasn't just a key, it was a badge. Not a regular work ID, but an access badge. To a company it never heard of, Zerton Technologies. The glossy black background, white font, and a QR code with a photo of a man I didn't recognize smirking like he'd just gotten away with something. Travis R. Meadows. I stared at it, blinking a few times. Then it hit me she had left her own badge behind. She dropped his. Travis Meadows. I'd heard that name before. Maybe twice. Someone she'd worked with on a marketing project. She brought him up so casually months ago, like he was just another colleague in a sea of Zoom meetings. At the time, I thought nothing of it. But now something had shifted in me. The moment I spoke those words at the door, the moment she smirked like she didn't believe it'd follow through, I knew I couldn't let it slide. I went to the home computer and typed Zerton Technologies into the search bar. Clean website, sleek design, mostly cybersecurity and cloud automation jargon. I found their leadership page, and there he was, Travis R. Meadows, Director of Sales Operations. The same cocky grin. I clicked on his LinkedIn and, to my surprise, he had just posted a picture from the rooftop bar at the Westfield Grand in Charlotte. The timestamp, 30 minutes ago. 2 wine glasses, 1 pair of sunglasses, and the caption, "Productive weekends make for unforgettable memories." My jaw tightened. The sunglasses on the table were hers, oversized frames, tortoiseshell sides, with a small chip on the lower right corner. She was with him right now. I thought about the dinner 2 weeks ago. Her phone buzzing on the table, her fingers swiping it away too quickly. Work, she'd said. You wouldn't understand. I thought about the night she came home smelling like peppermint and musk. Ray had a meltdown. Sorry, I didn't call. And then I thought of something else, the drawer in her nightstand. The one I hadn't opened in over a year. Something told me to look. Maybe I was just looking for more evidence. Maybe I wanted to be wrong. I walked upstairs, past the bed, still perfectly made, and knelt beside her drawer. The first thing I noticed was how organized it was, almost too organized. Lip balm, a notepad, a pin, a silk scarf I'd never seen before. And underneath that, a folded piece of paper. I opened it. What I read made my stomach twist into knots. It wasn't just a letter. It was a rental confirmation for a property on the coast. A cottage booked for 2 adults, 4 nights. Romantic seclusion guaranteed. Collie Brennan and Travis R. Meadows. The dates. Starting this Friday. That was 5 days away. The realization hit me like a brick wall. Even as she packed her bag last night, she already had this place locked in with him. I didn't feel anger at first. It wasn't immediate. It was just quiet. A delayed panic, like missing an exit on the highway, but not wanting to admit it yet. A hollow buzzing in my ears. She wasn't planning on telling me. She'd hoped to just keep nodding, keep pretending not to notice. Maybe she thought I'd just hold on to the breadcrumbs she dropped behind half-hearted I love yous, meaningless pecks on the cheek. And for a while, maybe that's exactly what I did. I folded the confirmation and tucked it into my pocket. I didn't know why I kept it. Maybe part of me wanted proof that I wasn't imagining all of this, the distance, the weird silences, the sudden shifts. It wasn't imagination. This was real. I opened the group chat we started years ago, me, her sister, and her 2 closest friends. I scrolled up to find something, anything that could give me more insight. And then I found it. A photo posted by Janie 3 weeks ago. A rooftop view. There they were, Collie, in the corner, barely visible in the reflection behind her, but not alone. There was a man beside her. His hand was on her waist, his head slightly tucked into her neck. The photo was blurry, but it was enough to confirm. Even on a supposed girls' weekend, she couldn't keep herself from being seen with him. I felt sick. I opened Travis' Facebook, clicked through Callie's profile. She hadn't posted much, just some work things and scenic pictures from places she never went with me. But one photo caught my eye, a wine glass on a balcony overlooking the ocean. It was taken 3 months ago, the same weekend she told me she had a 10-hour training seminar and wouldn't be home until after dark. I couldn't sit anymore. My mind was racing, my fingers shaking as I opened the Facebook post from the weekend. Productive weekends make for unforgettable memories. I didn't know what to do next. Confrontation? Revenge? None of it seemed to fit. And then, my phone buzzed again. It was from her. I didn't know what to do. Please call me. Something's wrong. I stared at the message, then noticed the text that came just before it. Did you do this? Where's my work laptop? I need to talk to you before they do. My chest tightened. She hadn't just betrayed me. She had brought him into our finances. She had given him access to our accounts. It wasn't just an affair. This was fraud. The final confrontation hours later. I was standing behind the door when she came home, her luggage in hand. She froze when she saw the reservation confirmation. I found it, I said quietly. She dropped her purse, staring at the paper. It's not what you think, she started, but her voice was shaky. Stop. I pointed at the reservation. That's a $2,600 decision. Non-refundable. By the way. She flinched. Then came the tears. But it wasn't the reaction I was looking for. I wasn't going to give in. I wasn't going to soften the blow. You lied to me for months, didn't you? I asked. She didn't answer. This isn't just an affair anymore, I continued. You used me. You used our marriage. And now you've dragged our finances into this too. I stood there, waiting for her to say something, but she didn't. Instead, she slumped down defeated. "You wanted to make a choice," I said, "and now you have to live with it." She stared at the paper, finally understanding what she'd done. And that was when I walked out of the house without another word.